Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Sorry, little frog in my throat. I wanted to share something with you. I did a video earlier, and I was talking about this this piece of wood. I forget what you call it, but I got it through Yvette's Etsy store, and I just want to share with you. I've been using it tonight. So before I go to bed, I wanted to show you how wonderful this is. I'm having, this is just cutting so much time off of this part of sewing for me. And I got them through Yvette Renee, her Etsy store. And be sure to go over there and check it out. She has a lot of great sewn items along with other things. She has a YouTube channel. And anyhow, so I forget what she actually called this, but it's kind of like a dowel cut in half that's nicely sanded. So I'm making these dog bandanas, and sorry, my cat is in here chasing probably a piece of string. So I'm making these dog bandanas, and I had to take it apart. I had to take them all apart because I didn't make this part of it wide enough. So this one is actually the medium. Is this the medium? Yeah, this is a medium. This size is a small. And let me grab one of these. This is an extra small. And the large, extra large, I mean, whew, large, extra large, I mean, that is huge. I don't think I'm going to be making a lot of those because, I mean, you would have to be like probably a Saint Bernard. But I think most people, I think their dogs would be like the medium, the small or the medium. So, I mean, this is real teeny tiny. I guess if you have a little chihuahua, that'd be cute. So anyhow, I found how to make these online. So you can just search dog bandanas online, and real easy to make. So this is my poor dog's collar, which I haven't been keeping on her because she kind of had a little bit of a rash going on, and this is like a sad looking collar, but until I could go get her another one, and I want her to look fancy. So this is how these bandanas work. You just slip the collar in here. The reason why I had to take them apart was that I didn't make it wide enough for the collar to go through. The collar went through, but it was just the buckle part. So I just sat here with a YouTube video and watching someone else create. So they just kind of slide in through here, and her collar would clip on like that, and there she would be. I still think this is kind of large for her, but we'll see. We'll have to try them on. So that's the easy part of it. So let me put that aside. So they're basically, let me pull one here, and these are all wrinkled, so after I do this, I'll end up having to fix them. They're basically kind of like triangular. Move that up here. So you make it whatever size you want it to be. And I have threads all over the place. Oh. So you cut out 2 of them, okay, and then you sew along the top, just around that, along there. So then what I have to do, and I have the iron on the wrong side of me because I'm right-handed. This is an iron I got through Amazon. It's just a little teeny tiny one, but oh my gosh, I love it. And it just fits perfectly. So what you do with this, I have to get the seam to go open, to open up the seams before I continue. And all you do is you open your seams. Let me get my cord here. And you just go along. Just like that. And I'm assuming it's okay to go right on this piece of wood. I mean, I didn't really get any instructions, but I just, you know, was kind of like, well, I'm assuming that that's how it goes, because that's how it works. Look at how perfect. Then what I was doing is I was flipping it over, and I know my sewing isn't perfect, my lines aren't aligned, but once you create the whole bandana, you know, you're good to go. Now look how wonderful that was. If I had to do that on a flat surface, I'd have burned fingers. So let's pull another one. And these were all made with scraps of like fat quarters that I've been accumulating, and I just thought, you know what? I made one on Friday, and it just exploded. It's just been dog bandanas everywhere. So my thought, you know, I've been enjoying doing sewing. My thought was to use up all these pieces of fabric that I have here, make these bandanas, and either donate them or sell them to collect money for local dog shelters. I thought that'd be a great idea. Just have to go through the, looking for my seam here. That one's so like, so, you know, the dots just like blended in. So I'm just trying to think how I'm going to go about doing that. But we have quite a lot of dog shelters and rescues in the area in which I live. So, you know, I can pick, you know, whichever one I want to focus on first, and then, you know, see how things go and go from there. I'm not out to make any money on this, but I just thought it'd be something nice to give back. My animals are, in the past I haven't had adopted animals, you know, from shelters. I've gone through the whole thing of, you know, having dogs that were purebred and paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and then I don't know, I just kind of, you know, I see all these postings on Facebook of all these animals that needed homes. So I believe in adopting and saving those animals that maybe didn't work out, or, you know, people just didn't have the time to devote to them, to what, for their needs. And you know, instead of them euthanizing or that kind of thing, you know, I'm all about adopting. I know they all have a story. All these dogs, all these, not just dogs, it's cats, it's rabbits, it's, you know, I've seen everything online that are up for adoption. But all these animals they just need to be in the right home with the right owner. You know, maybe for whatever reason things didn't work out. You know, or maybe the owner passed away, or, you know, something like that. And I know I'm just rambling. I actually came on to show you how wonderful this thing is, and I'm just going to town. I don't even like to iron, but I guess if I'm doing crafts, I mean, I'll iron. But anyhow, please, I just urge you that, you know, if you're in the need for an animal, whether it be a cat, dog, rabbit, I've even seen guinea pigs and turtles and whatnot, please don't go and you know, buy ones that are, you know, purebred and you're paying hundreds of dollars. There's so many animals out there that need homes, that, you know, it's just sad to see them. I've seen pictures of dogs, and I'm just stressing dogs right now because dogs seem to have the most, they reflect, you know, their joy. I've seen pictures of animals where, when they were in the shelter, and how sad they looked. And within like half an hour of being adopted, the whole look on their faces just totally changes. It's just they're happy. I know my dog has a background, has a story, but the shelter which I got her from, they were very open about what all her story was. And I was a little bit, you know, lenient and worried, like, is this going to work for me? But they reassured me that, you know, if it doesn't work out, I can bring her back. Well, I mean, it's 2 years that I've had her, and I just have to say she is the best dog ever. She was 5 when I adopted her, and of course she's 7 now, and she's just the best. And you know what the best part of adopting an animal, or any kind of animal that, you know, maybe has already gone through the puppy stage, is I just don't have the patience anymore. They're like having a baby. And if you're by yourself and you have to do all this, and you have to go to work every day, and you know, the puppy training with, you know, getting up and doing whatever, I mean, that's just a lot of work. So please, I just urge you that if you are, and I'm on my last one. See, this is just like so fun. It feels like, you know, we're just sitting having a cup of coffee and chit-chatting. And maybe you've clicked off already, or maybe you're still watching. But I'd love to hear your comments down below. If you've adopted an animal, and whatever type of animal it was. Maybe it was a horse, you know, I don't know. depending on where you are in the world. But leave your comments down below. Let me know if you did have adopted an animal and from a shelter and saved its life, so it wasn't euthanized and it wasn't, you know, left there and the poor thing thinking that nobody loved it and nobody wanted it. That what kind of difference has it made in your life, as opposed to going through a breeder and paying hundreds of dollars? I'd love to hear your stories. I'd love for you to leave it down below in the comments. And if you have any ideas of what I should do with all these dog bandanas, you know, should I sell them or should I just donate them to the shelters or raise the money? You know, sell them and all the money go to the shelters, because they certainly always need, you know, money for everything, for all their animals that they take care of. But anyhow, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that maybe you go ahead and maybe you think of a way that you can help out your local animal shelters, whether it be by, you know, if you're not crafty, you know, just making a small donation, or just maybe volunteering your time or something. Just something to help out all these people that volunteer their time to take care of these animals and to find good homes for them. But I'd love to hear your comments down below. But anyhow, back to why the video I was making was for this cool little tool. And I mean, I think Yvette sells it on her Etsy store for like $10. I mean, this is the $10, the best $10 I've ever spent. And I want to say, this came within a couple of days. So I know she's in Connecticut. I'm in Pennsylvania. But I just think this is the best thing since sliced bread. So anyhow, thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to my yada yada yada. But please, if you can, you know, help out a shelter, help out an animal that needs a new home. And let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are, your comments. You know, hopefully I get all thumbs up and nice comments. So please be nice. You know. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. And this is a lifesaver. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.